Tonight, we have a great guest with us. We're going to do some laughing, which I thought would be fun because a few of you commented on her video. But before we start, I just want to remind you that right above my head, you'll see a link that says StreamYard. And I need you to click on that. And then you click on the next blue box that says leave a comment. So Facebook will let you see your name. If you would please just do that before you comment so I can see who you are and what your post is when you comment. That would be helpful. And I also would like to know if you could tell me where you're watching from. All right. If you could put that in the comments, tell us where you are. I'm going to introduce my new friend, Sam Staskal. Welcome, Sam. And thank you so much for coming on and joining our group and, just helping us with the laugh factor because you're real good at that. She's already had me hysterical laughing and we're only talking like 10 minutes. So tonight should be fun. So do you want to maybe just tell a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I'm Sam Staskal. I live in Platteville, Wisconsin with my boyfriend and my 4 kids. I have a 4-year-old who's going to be the death of me, a 12-year-old, a 14-year-old, and a 16-year-old. So I have my hands very full.
Yes.
When I first logged on with Debbie, I was trying to do it from my car because my 4-year-old won't quit swearing, but that wasn't working. So I came back in. So if I go on quick mute, it's because the F word's flying.
Oh gosh, I started laughing when you wrote that to me. That was so funny. Oh my gosh. All right, so we're going to jump right in. And I know my friends are trying to figure out how to get on. So
okay.
You'll see
them. Give them a minute.
But we'll just chat,
Okay.
Let's see.
I'm a chatty.
You're chatty, right? Me too.
I'm friendly.
All right, so you're a real estate agent, right?
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing real estate?
Well, I was a graphic designer for almost 20 years for a large retail company. And then in May of 2019, well, actually it was March of 2019, I decided to pursue real estate. I tossed the idea around for several years and I wasn't sure how to go about it. And with a family, I'm the breadwinner. I needed to bring home money. So I was working full time as a graphic designer. And then in May of 2019, I got my license and started real estate. And by August of 2019, I quit my full-time job to do real estate full time.
Wow. So
it's been a whirlwind.
Like it, right?
Oh, I love it.
I'm sure you do. Now, do you miss the graphic design?
No.
No?
Well, I mean, I design my own ads and stuff like that. So I'm still designing some, so it's still good.
That's interesting.
I really miss the interacting with people. As 20 years as a graphic designer, I was in a cubicle. You worked with the same people day after day. You didn't meet anybody new, which was fine. We formed friendships and stuff, but I really missed the interaction with. I thought I hated people until I became a realtor, and now I realize I really like people.
Yes.
Most days.
Yeah, you're a very outgoing personality. Let's see here. Now, what would you say is your favorite part of the real estate biz? Like, what do you love about it?
I think the biggest thing for me is hearing other people's stories. Like when I meet a new client, getting to know them, getting to know their family, hearing where they're from, what they're looking to do, and we just share stuff back and forth and build a bond. So I really enjoy that, getting to know people that way.
Yeah,
it's on a different level than what you would if you met somebody at a restaurant or something. It's more in depth.
I guess that's true because you have so many interactions with them in the process of selling or buying a house. So
I mean, it's a major decision. So
it is. That makes sense. Sense. So this video that you posted that we're all laughing at still, which is just the best, has quite a few views, and we were just chatting about that before. And I thought it was only a certain amount, but I was only looking at what was on the page that I have you on. But you're saying it's over 15 million viewers just on your website, on your Facebook page, which means there's even more than that. And that's just incredible. Did you think it was going to go that, like when you were doing the video?
No. My best friend, I messaged her the other day. She's like, I just don't get this video, Sam. She says, this is everyday Sam, and people think this is great. She's like, this is like every conversation I have with you. So it's just me.
It's just the way it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I had no idea it would be so well received. In fact, when I made the video and
Uh-huh.
I posted it to Facebook, it was mainly to show my kids when I got home, you know, and I had talked to my mom about it. So she had watched it too, you know,
Right.
but her and I already had a laugh cry about it before I made the video.
I'm sure.
So, I hadn't checked Facebook again until like the next day I took my kids tubing and I came back from tubing and it was like in the evening and I logged on and everybody's like, oh, you're going viral. And I'm like, what? You know, and they're like, yeah, you're viral. And I'm just like, oh my God. So I opened it up. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, all while I was away. It's just nuts. Yeah.
That is crazy.
Like I
Wow.
couldn't even get into my Facebook because there was so much traffic. It would like lock up.
Really?
Like with personal messages and comments, and I still can't view comments on my phone. There's too many.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it won't load them.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So now this is my other question. When you were doing the video, right? And I know you were like when you were laughing and trying to catch your breath and not laugh and try to tell a story. But like, did you on some level think like what if somebody sees it that I don't want to see it, like my boss or his fiance, or like did any of that go through your head, or you were just more concerned about the funny part?
I knew my managing broker was going to share it. I had a good relationship with her, so I wasn't worried about that. She's one of the reasons why I posted it was so she could see it, my kids, and then just like close friends. You know, I didn't think anybody really paid attention to my Facebook page, so I wasn't too worried about people seeing it. You know, I only had like at the time, I think I had maybe, I'm guessing here, maybe 250 people liked my Facebook page, my business page. I'm talking about my business page.
Right.
And now I believe it's up over 30,000 or around 30,000 maybe.
Well, good. Yeah. You get some business.
But that's just the people that liked it. The people that are following it, I think, are over 50,000.
Oh my gosh, Sam, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. If you sold like a couple, maybe 10, 12 houses in a month or something.
That'd be great. Right? We can all hope, right?
Yeah. I'm getting some messages here. I just wanted, before you tell a story, we got a lot of friends watching. Let's see. We got New Jersey in the house. We have Florida in the house. I know we have my New York friends in the house. My friend Lori has a question here. You can answer this. And I'm going to just go on here and tell my friend how to get in.
Okay.
All right.
So Lori asked, do you ever tell your clients straight up that this house sucks, don't buy it? If I have a buyer agency with the client, I will tell them that, you know, I've shown the house before. I don't think it's really what you're looking for. It might require more work than what you want to put in. But in the end, I still have to show them whatever they want to see. So I can't really judge what I think of is a piece of crap. They might not think is a piece of crap, you know, so you can't really lead them that way. So you just have to tell them, hey, like I've said, I've shown this house before. It has some issues. Here's what they are. It's going to cost quite a bit of money to fix this. And then it's up to them if they want to see it.
Okay. Now I have a question just came into my head. How do you know if your real estate person is working for you, or say I'm the seller, say I'm selling the house, right? Yep. How do you know if she's working for you or for the person buying?
Yes.
Right.
So we're all working for the seller until you have a buyer agency contract signed with the buyer. And then you're representing the buyer's best interests and you can give them your opinion on stuff. Until you have a buyer agency, you're
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you're what do you want to call it?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Your loyalty belongs to the seller until that point. Sorry, the word was just escaping me.
I hear you. Wow.
I kept thinking royal. I'm like, no, I'm not royalty. It's loyalty. It was coming. My head was getting too big there for a minute.
All right. So my friend Lori's good for questions, okay?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Did I throw away my dresses? No, but I have not worn one to a showing since. I did hop on Amazon right away, and ladies told me to order some shorts that go under dresses. I do have those now.
You go. Okay.
But last time I went to pull that dress off the hanger that I wore that day, the hanger flew back and it hit me in the eye. And I was like, I couldn't wear makeup for a couple days because I was injured. No, and I still think there's something wrong. This was last week, I think. It
You
was
should
a week
have a
ago.
check.
And I'm still having
Yeah.
problems with it. I just
Uh-huh.
think that dress is going to be thrown away.
Well, you might want to put it on a hanger and maybe,
Right.
hang some ribbons on it. This got me, 5
Yeah.
million, whatever.
I might have to buy it like an awards case for it and just display it in my bedroom.
Oh my gosh, you are too funny. Let's see. All right, I think they're all in. All right, so do you want to go ahead and tell a story?
Sure.
Make us laugh.
Sure.
All right.
Well, do you want to hear about that one and what he said? Should I start with that one?
Yeah, whatever
Okay.
you want to start with.
So the story that, everybody's heard about, or hopefully have you all seen, I had fallen down outside a property with my male client. And let me tell you about this male client.
Yeah.
He's very, he has a dress up job. So he shows up every time in like khaki dress pants, dress shoes, a button down shirt, and, he wasn't like a joking type. He was very like serious to the point. Like he said very few words unless he had something to say. Otherwise, you can really like make small talk, like I try to make small talk and I joke around and, kind of play a little bit. He wasn't that guy. At first he wasn't that guy. So when I had shown him this house and I fell down outside, it happened so quick that I originally thought I had fallen backwards. But I didn't. I had fallen forwards, but at the same time I landed face up, which I tell everybody that I've fallen so much. It's like a muscle memory now. I've mastered the tuck and roll. So I must have tucked and rolled, landed face up with him like peering down at me, and I quick like pulled my dress down and I hopped up and he just had like this blank look on his face. And I'm like, okay, what do I do now? And I'm like, I said, did you see that? And he's like, well, he says, did your ankle hurt or something or what happened? And I'm like, no, my ankle's not hurt. I just hurt my pride. He's like, I just turned around and you were on the ground and I thought you were pranking me. And I'm like, I just met you. Why would I prank you? I mean, I'm good for a laugh, but I'm not one to throw myself on the ground because it's hard to get back up. But the one thing that I had noticed, and he commented on later, was my shoes were perfectly placed like off to the side, both feet together. So it was like this, set to the side, like I had taken them off to go into a house. But we weren't inside. We were in the middle of the yard. And then all my other crap was just like he says, it looked like a grenade went off back there. I had my mangled pop socket in my hand. My phone was in the grass. And, but my shoes were perfect, like perfect.
When you said that in the video.
Yeah. And so he swore he didn't see anything. He was just worried if I was okay and stuff. And I said, oh, I fall down all the time, which I do. I fall down all the time. So, I just kind of brushed it off. I picked up all my crap and he still had this like dumb look on his face. And I was just like, oh, this is awkward, and so I'm like, well, let's go look over here. We went and we carried on and we finished showing the house and we went inside the house. And then when we went to leave, I was going to show him another house afterwards, but it was like 10 miles away in a different town, a neighboring town. So I back out first and I call my mom on my phone and I could barely even talk because I was bawling because I was laughing so hard. I couldn't even breathe. Well, so she was crying like hysterically. And my daughter, my 6-year-old daughter had drove to her house to visit her because we all live around each other, So my daughter was listening to her talk to me on the phone and she thought somebody died because my mom was crying so hard she couldn't breathe. So my daughter's like in the background freaking out, and I finally I had to get off the phone because I was almost to the next house, and so I go up to the next house and I'm explaining because I have no idea what I look like. I have no idea what I look like after that. I knew my leg was grass stained because I could see grass stain all the way down my thigh and my calf. So I go up to the next house. It's a for sale by owner. And he's walking me through it first. And I apologize. I said, I apologize if my dress is a mess or if I'm all grass stained because I fell down. And he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I said, he's coming here. So he showed me his house. Well, I was like picking like grass and leaves out of my hair. So, I had no idea. But when I went, so I showed him that house, the buyer still, he just asked me, are you sure you're okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I feel great, And when I left there is when I made the video. So when I left the second house, I was driving and I decided to pull over and make the video because I just couldn't keep it together anymore. And like I said, I didn't look to see what I looked like or anything, but a viewer had commented right away that what's funny is you're only wearing eyeliner on one eye. So if you go back and watch the video, I only have eyeliner on one eye. And it must be because when I was crying and telling my mom, I must have wiped it off. So, I mean, I go to this for sale by owner house and I'm going to be asking them to pay my commission and I'm only wearing makeup on one eye. I mean, I'm a hot mess. It was hot that day. I was sweaty. I had no idea what my dress looked like. My leg was green and I had grass in my hair. So, I mean, I look like a true professional, you know? So it was funny. But anyway, so I had shown him a couple other houses that weekend and he didn't mention it. So I thought, okay, he must not have saw anything. I mean, he hasn't said anything, you know? And then it was like Tuesday. So this happened on Friday. I think it was Tuesday night. His fiance had come and we were going to another for sale by owner. And I went ahead and the seller was going to walk me through her house first, and then I would walk the buyer through. So I went and knocked on the door for the seller and she opens the door. She's like, oh my God, you're not a realtor. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh my God, I can't believe this. You know, she's going on. And I'm just like, okay, you know, this is what, you know, like superstars feel like, I guess. I was like, whatever, you know, and I said, well, you're really going to get a kick out of this then, because that guy is the one that's coming to look at your house. And she was like so excited she could hardly hold it together. You know, she was great. So again, you know, it was awkward because him and his wife, or him and his fiance, sorry, they came through. You know, it was probably more awkward because I felt awkward because I wasn't sure if they knew the video was out there.
Okay.
They hadn't mentioned the video, and I don't think he has Facebook. She has Facebook, but we're not friends on Facebook.
Right.
And I don't think he has Facebook. So at this point, I don't know if they've seen the video or not. I mean, tons of people had seen it by that point, you know, we're talking millions had seen it by that point. So it was like, you know, they come in the house and I'm just like, hey, how's it going? You know, and they didn't say nothing about it. I'm like, how can I be so lucky that they don't even know about the video? Yeah. You know? So we made it through the showing, and later that night, I guess, the seller for that for sale by owner sent him a link to my video. Well, he didn't really pay attention to it. She laughed about it. But it was like 3 days later, he was at work and he sent me a text first to ask about some contract stuff for actual business stuff. And then he followed it up right away with a text that says, hey, by the way, I was having a cup of coffee today and two guys were watching this video and I look over and I about spit my coffee out because it was you talking about our showing. So I'm like, oh, so you saw it? This is all by text, you know. I'm like, oh my God, he saw it, you know. And he's like, to be honest, he's like, it happened exactly how you explained it. He says the shoes were the weirdest thing. That's all he says, I literally thought you dropped dead. I'm like, oh, I kind of wish I dropped dead in that hole. You know? He's like, yeah, I saw everything. And I was like, oh my God. You know, and I'm like, you didn't say anything. He's like, I didn't know what to say. I was so shocked. He says, I didn't even tell anybody for 3 days because I didn't think anybody would believe me. He says, the first person I called was my sister. And I told her. And then like 2 days later, I told my fiance. And he's like, your shoes were just so weird, but it looked like a grenade went off, but your shoes were fine. I'm like, so right after I stopped texting him, his fiance had sent me a text. And she's like, hey, by the way, I'm like, oh, I hope you're okay with it. She's like, I asked him, I said, what the hell did you do? Did you help her up? And he's like, I didn't know what to do. And I told her, I said, in his defense, he was completely shocked. Yeah. She's like, that asshole. Sorry. She's like, I can't believe he didn't help you up. And she's like, I asked him if he at least helped you pick your crap up. I said, no, I had to pick up myself and all my crap. So I said, At least he's a well-trained man to know when to keep his mouth shut. And
Exactly. Very
I'm
well.
glad he kept his mouth shut that long, because if he would have said something about it that day, I would have died.
I know.
I mean, we both laugh about it now. I mean, we went to an inspection on his new house, and the inspector had known about it. And this is right after I found out that the guy knew about it. And the inspector kept dropping little jokes, and hey, kids are standing around. Can you hear them? So, life with kids.
Oh my God!
So anyway, so we've joked about it since then, and his fiance has talked about it and stuff too. So it's all good. I mean, he had to be shocked. I mean, it wasn't a good sight. It wasn't my best angle.
I don't understand. Like, how did your shoes get to be?
I don't know, because I thought when I fell, I thought I must have stepped in a hole, even though I didn't feel a hole.
Right.
Like, I didn't even know I was going down. I was already down. So I don't know how my shoes, and there was a gardener outside in the back, and somebody said, well, maybe the gardener set them there nicely for you. I said, if he did, he must have been lightning quick, because we didn't see him,
Wow.
Yeah, it was
so funny.
Weird.
Yeah. That is just too funny. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
All right. So Lori said, I'll show you real quick.
Oh, Lori again?
Yeah, Lori again. She said, with leaves in your hair and grass smudges down your leg. That was when you got up. My one friend says, now you need to get on Instagram. So
I'm on Instagram.
Okay.
Oh, I'm everywhere.
He's everywhere. And let's see, Marie said, at least he had a good sense of humor, which is true.
Yes, thank God. Thank God.
Yes, thank God. Oh my goodness, that's too funny. And then Lori said that your shoes were perfectly placed. That's too funny. And someone is saying that you're going to be on Ellen soon. Because
I sure hope so.
Ellen pulls these videos and,
she hasn't called me.
I know. Well, what she does, you have to let us know. We'll back you up.
You better call her and tell her to have me.
Yes. I
should tell you that when I was showing him the second house, after I'd fallen that same night, he still was so serious. And I thought, well, I'm not connecting with this guy at all. But then we went to the basement of that for sale by owner. It was completely unfinished. And there was a drum set there. And as we're walking towards the drum set, he leans in and he says, don't touch my drum set. I don't know if you've seen that movie, Step Brothers. Have you? You haven't seen that? It's with Will Ferrell. Yeah. Don't touch my drum set. I lost it. And then I thought, okay, this guy, I'm okay.
Yeah.
This guy he just has a different sense of humor.
Right.
He's got a different sense of humor. He's just not as outgoing with it, but it's there. I felt much better after he said that.
Yeah, I'm sure it lightened the mood a little bit, right?
You're right. Yeah.
Wow, that's good. Well, at least
he had to lighten it. He saw me naked. He's got there's no easing into that.
How long did you laugh for? Did you when you? Because I know for me, when I get that bad laughing, right?
Yeah.
If I wake up at 2 a.m. because I rolled over, I'll start laughing again. Yeah. Do you do that as well?
Yeah, and I couldn't even watch the video for a couple of days without laughing. I was just right back there dying.
Yeah.
It's just, I can still when I watch it, I still chuckle a little, but it's not as hard of a laugh as it was initially.
Right. Oh, gosh. No, and like I said to you earlier, the part that I think I love the best is the part where you said, and I've fallen before.
Yeah. So I'd fallen before, and I scooped the client up and she showed me like a foot. And that seems to have resonated with more people than anything,
yes,
I couldn't believe it, because
it's just the way that it came out. It's just something we do every day,
right.
We scoop up our clients and we ride them like a sled. That's what it came out,
She rode me. I didn't ride her. She rode me.
She rode you.
So,
Gosh, that was funny. My friend Ida is on and she's funny. She said, it's nice that we can all laugh about it. It's never dull. Yep.
No,
true, Ida.
I'm still laughing.
It's good when you could laugh like that. It really is.
Yeah.
Now, tell us the other story that's on your Facebook page. There's one that I watched, and it was, I think, about another time that you fell. Was there another time?
I fall all the time. I really do. I just biffed it the other day. Oh, I fell down the steps one time and I broke my tailbone, but that wasn't funny.
Oh, no, that's not funny. No.
I fall up the steps more than anything. I fall up steps more than I fall down.
Yeah,
Like
I do too.
I just fell the other day at my parents' house because my foot must have caught on the lip of their porch, and I like did the face plant dive forward, you know, and my mom's like, not again, you know. I caught myself, but I would have been a bloody mess from that one.
Oh my God.
But yeah. And then there's other times, like everybody's always like, are you always laughing like this? And I usually am, you know, especially during a showing, because you never know what you're going to walk into. Exactly. Like I was showing this young guy, he's 27 or 28. That's young to me. I was showing him a duplex the other day that's rented by college kids, you know, and I hate going into rentals just because you never know what you're going to find, what condition it's going to be in, and your biggest fear is what you're going to walk into. So it was like 10 o'clock in the morning, and we're in a college town, so this was a college rental.
Okay.
And so we had gone in, and it was like pitch dark in there, you know, so we're like finding the light, and I'm showing it. We made it through the whole downstairs, and then he reached to go behind. There was one more door that we hadn't been behind on the main floor, and he opened it and he quick slammed it shut. And I'm like, ooh, what's in there? You know, and he's like, there's a man in bed. And I'm like, run! You know? We're like hightailing it out of this house, and there's a lockbox on the front of the door that I have to try to fumble with and get the key to go back into it, you know, for other realtors to get in. Took me like 5 minutes of jacking with that box before I could get it shut with the key in there. So we're like running across the street to our cars, and 3 guys come flying out of that duplex. We're like, hey, what are you doing? And I'm like, I just came to show the property.
Oh my gosh.
And the guy's like, they didn't even tell us you were coming. Sorry. And I'm like, that's okay. That's okay. I'll reschedule, you know?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I looked at my buyer. I'm like, you don't want to see that again, do you? No. He's like, no, I think I saw enough.
No, exactly. Oh, God.
We're good. Yeah. So it's always something.
When you're falling, does it feel like it's happening in slow motion? I fell playing with my grandson, and that's exactly how it felt. Usually,
yes. Like I can see myself falling, but I can't stop it. This time, no. I mean, I was face up before I even knew what happened. Like I've had like doctors reach out to me. Seriously, I've had a lot of calls from doctors and nurses that I need to go get checked. And I'm like,
why are they saying that? Because you keep falling?
Because I fall a lot.
Okay.
Like, and then some viewers suggested that maybe there was electrical current and I got zapped. No, I was born this way. I was totally born this way. My mom falls. My daughters fall. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's been a lifelong thing. Right, you know, it's been a dream of mine to be this clumsy. Yeah, my daughters fall all the time.
Oh gosh.
I have one daughter, my 12-year-old, she's fallen and broken her arms 6 times.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I guess some people are just prone to that sort of, right?
Yeah, I used to say, my mom used to tell me growing up that my feet must have been too big for my body. But now I think my body's too big for my feet.
I know that feeling too well. I know.
You know, and you know, everybody's like, God, I hope you were wearing clean underwear. And I'm like, is there any other way to go? Do you wear dirty underwear? And then I'm like, well, I guess no, I had on clean underwear, but my mom never told me to make sure they were pretty.
Yeah.
Now I know, you know, somebody sent me underwear to make sure I had pretty underwear.
Oh my God. Oh gosh, that's even funnier. Oh my word. That is just funny. Wow. That is too crazy. Oh gosh. I'm trying to remember the one video that you put on your Facebook page. And I thought it was when you fell, but it was so freaking funny. I laughed as hard at that one as this one here that we have on.
It wasn't the dog collar one, was it?
I don't think so, but you could tell if you want.
Well, that was just me and my daughter trying out the dog collar before you put it on the dog. Because I think you should try it before you put it on your dog so you know what you're doing.
What, is it a shock collar, you mean?
Yeah. So I shocked her and she about flipped backwards off the deck.
I would never do that.
Oh, somebody asked if I have large feet. No, I don't. I have a large body. The center of balance is off.
Oh gosh. Lori said, girlfriend, there is pretty underwear and period panties. There you go. Yes, Lori.
I've heard of those. It's just strange to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, somebody did send me some pretty panties. They were called no muffin top panties. Apparently they
Oh,
won't flip under my fat roll like they were that day. How come
no,
nobody mentioned those sooner?
I never heard of those.
Yeah, it's a brand, no muffin top.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they sent them to me.
News to me. Tell everybody, tell everybody about your little store.
Oh, so tons of people were asking me to get products. So I have merch now that says she rode me like a sled. There's face masks, cups, t-shirts, sweatshirts. There's even a blanket for that one. And
There's
then
a blanket.
there's a blanket for the she rode me like a sled.
Oh, good.
That better be in all the houses I show.
Yes.
And then there's also the grass stained granny panty stuff. And there's male boxers that say she rode me like a sled.
Oh my God.
And then there's women's panties that say grass stained granny panties, I think.
Oh
There's
my
all kinds of stuff. You'll have to check it out.
Yes, I have the link, so I'll put it in the comments.
All of the illustrations were drawn by a complete stranger, Penny Blankenship. She was a viewer that reached out to me shortly after the video was out there, and she sent me, which if you go to my Facebook page, you'll see it. She sent me a drawing of what she envisioned when I described my fall, and it's damn near perfect.
Really? Oh, I have to go check that out.
The only thing was in the original drawing, she still had my shoes on because feet were hard to draw. But otherwise, it was perfect.
Wow.
Yeah, and then she sent me an illustration for she rode me like a sled, and those are the ones that are on my merch. She gave me permission to use them on my merch. Yeah, because I've never met her, and I offered to pay her. She wouldn't accept any money.
Really?
No.
Wonderful.
No. Yeah, no. There's been a lot of that where it's like people have been sending me, well, besides the underwear, I've gotten like chocolate, and somebody made me this awesome cup. It says,
that is cool.
Peppers speed tripping, maybe because I pushed them. Okay, and then it's got my name on the back. Where's the camera? There. So
beautiful.
Yeah, so that was I just got this today. Super awesome.
That is awesome. Well, I think a lot of times when you first off, you come across where you're laughing at yourself, right? Yeah. So you're showing you're not perfect, because nobody is. And then you're making other people laugh, and it's all in good fun. I think people really appreciate that. And I think the fact that we're in this COVID time where we need to laugh more than we need to do anything, that's how they show their appreciation. I think that's an awesome thing. Yeah. Really, that's really cool.
There's been a lot of people like battling depression and even like death in the family and stuff that have reached out to me to, thank me for giving them something to laugh about that day and stuff. So it's been really special that way. Yeah. The interacting with the people. There's been some weird stuff too, but
I'm sure.
Anytime you talk about underwear, apparently, I mean, who would have thought?
Right.
Like they want to know what color they were. I'm like, I have no idea.
Yeah, that'd be important, Yeah.
That's beside the point.
Exactly. I think for me, one of the reasons too that I laughed as hard as I did, and I know some of my friends, of course you have friends that are a lot like you. So the same thing happened to me, happened to them, Yeah. And this is just a story that it would happen to me. And nobody would believe it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think I would have gone on Facebook. I would have probably I would have been.
Well, I had no idea I was going to be telling it to 15 million people. I might not have. I might not have if I knew that many were going to see it. But I probably would, just because.
Yeah, who cares?
I don't know.
Yeah. But
I gotta laugh it off. If I didn't laugh that day, I probably would have cried. I mean,
yes. It's good that you laughed. It really is. It's It's the best thing. Well, I want to thank you so much, because I know when I asked you this out of the clear blue sky to be a guest on my group page, that you probably thought I was a wacko. But I'm just so glad that you went along with it and joined us and gave us something to laugh at, because like I said, I think we can all use it. And it was really fun. And I thank you so much. It really was.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. And like I said, from when you emailed me earlier, I started laughing then, and just stopped and think I could laugh all night long. But I appreciate you being here. I really do. And I know all the girls watching appreciate you making us laugh as well, and wish you the best. And
thank you.
I'm going to let you put in the comments your real estate email if you want, or your website.
I don't think it'll let me.
When you sign off out of the video,
Okay.
Go to Facebook and then just comment.
Okay.
And it'll let you put it there. And also put your merchandise link if I don't beat you to it, because I haven't posted.
Yeah.
And ladies, just maybe give Sam, a heart or a thumbs up or something. My friend Marie is saying, let's see, thank you so much for the laughs and being such a genuine person. God bless. Yes. And that's how we all feel. So another one says, thanks for the laughs. I needed it.
It's been fun.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Lori.
Yeah. So again, we thank you. So I'm going to say goodnight. I'll let you go. Enjoy your kids and your evening, the rest of it. I know there's a difference there, right? So it's a little earlier there than it is.
It's almost 8 o'clock. So
yeah, we're almost at 9. So
okay.
Again, thank you, Sam. And stay in the group and, feel free to comment,
Sure.
here and there. And if anything else funny happens, let us know.
You'll be the first to know.
We don't mind going live, Sam. We're good with that. So you just keep us posted, okay?
Okay.
All right, my friend. You be well.
Everybody, thank you. You too.
Thanks again for watching. And I hope your night is as wonderful as your day. And just be a light to everyone that you meet. Good night, everybody.